Hey, see how long it takes for folks to come in here. I ain't even announced shit. Fucking said, fuck it, going live. Oh no, I said the F word within the first 6 seconds. I need to start planning this shit better when I decide to go live. I swear. I see I got one person watching. What's up? Have a little chit chat. Maybe answer some questions or something. Phil, what's up, homie? How's it going, man? Doing good this it's afternoon for you over there. Mike, Rusin, Beaky, cheers, y'all. Everything going this afternoon for y'all? I'm been fighting blocks for the last couple of days with still here, dude. It's the same way with me. Which you've been here long enough. You take and keep me in check in the comments on my moaning and groaning and shit like that. So, cheers to you, Field Walker. Short and to the right. What's up, Lep? Mr. Leprechaun TV. Cheers to you, homie. Glad to see you. I've been fighting blocks on Ted Lasso and Mr. In Between, and it's weird because I've tried taking and uploading 2 episodes the same time for Lasso, and it's like, bro, like last episode of season 1, 2 episodes before that, episode 1 of season 2, and then episodes 2 and 3 of both. I've had to take and do 3 and 4 edits, and I'm starting to cut out too much. Fuck. I'm seriously considering just putting that Mr. In Between over there on fucking Rumble. Give it to my Patreon a week or a couple of weeks early, because I've got enough that they'll have a couple weeks ahead of everybody else, and then just taking week by week, have them scheduled out for fucking Rumble, because I don't have the same problem with my fucking movie reactions and my damn the Vikings. Like, I've had no problem with Vikings, but those two, so probably not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably about to take and just do. I'm probably about to take and move Ted Lasso and Mr. In Between over to Rumble, just because I've been getting blocks on those, trying to take and upload episodes that I've got edited and stuff like that. I don't know if it's just I'm tired of dealing with fucking stupid shit on YouTube and the inaccurate way they take and just apply stuff, or just I just feel too old to be dealing with that fucking hassle. It's like, man, I had 6 episodes of Ted Lasso with not 6 episodes, 3 episodes of Ted Lasso with nothing. First 4 episodes of Mr. In Between, nothing, no problems, and then block. Even the one where I did just the main storyline for Ted Lasso, it got a block, and I had to take and cut more on. So I have fewer problems with the movies I've had fewer problems with movie reactions outside of Dunkirk. Like, it's crazy. So, I figured I'd take and go live and talk for a few minutes before I start recording for the next couple hours. I've got to take and react to Aliens, and I've got, let's see, Aliens, Gladiator 2, Predator, and I've been editing on Spaceballs. That'll be out later today at some point in time, even if it's later than the 1 o'clock time slot. But I've got those and Vikings to take and react to the next day or two, and then I'm gonna take and record for the other channels, probably Thursday and Friday, or Friday and Saturday. So, fun stuff. How's everybody doing today, man? Yeah, Vikings is the one show that will be staying on the channel. Like I get no problems on Vikings. It's crazy. It was such a good movie. I understand after watching it why it's such a classic within the sci-fi genre. It's so good. It really is. And I see all the comments. It's like, well, they had acid blood. That's the reason why they couldn't shoot it. And I'm like, you're not thinking that as you're watching it. It's just like my thought process is kill it. Kill it. You got an escape ship. Kill the damn thing and go. And so, but Aliens, I've got to take and record a reaction to it. Um, uh, okay, so the plan is once I'm done with Vikings, I'm moving to Lost Kingdom, and after Lost Kingdom, just taking finish out the whole Vikings saga thing. I'm doing Vikings Valhalla, and then I'll move to a different show. El Doof, cheers to you, homie. Hopefully you're doing good, man. F1 testing has started. I was telling David Birchall today that if I'm able to swing it, I doubt I'll be able to because we've only got one vehicle at the moment. Um, Daytona 200 is next weekend, and Peter Hickman and Michael Dunlop are both racing there. So I would love to make it down there, but that's a 5.5 hour ride, and I would have to get a hotel room, or I'd have to leave out super fucking early, like super fucking early, to make it there before 1 o'clock to take and get in the stands, and then for probably the 3 or 4 hours that everything is going to take for racing, or 5 hours, I'd have to take and pack up and drive straight the fuck back home. Which I've done that stuff when I was younger. I ain't no young stud no more. So, cheers to you. Sweet. If not mistaken, Liverpool. What's today's Wednesday? Yeah, Liverpool's got a game today. If I'm not mistaken, it's weird because most of the Premier League games have been Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this season, and the Champions League games have been on like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and they have a break that week from playing Premier League games. But this week I was checking, and it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are the games, and I'm like, well, that's odd. I don't know, Charles. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's funny because they do so much stuff retroactively. Like they'll take and do the director's cuts 15 years, or for a lot of the older movies, they'll do the director's cut 10, 15 years after the original movies, put out, or 20 years after the original movies put out. And it's like, so you've been sitting on that for how long? So it's nowadays it's a movie comes out and 6 months later you get the director's cut. I have not. And I like Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan. And I think Pierce Brosnan does some really good films, and so does Jackie Chan. I've seen a lot of the older Jackie Chan movies like Drunken Master and stuff like that. The Policeman. Cheers to you in Sweden. I've got a video I'm gonna be reacting to why Sweden and or why maybe it's not Sweden. I think maybe it's Denmark and uh, where is it at? Yeah, okay. So I was wrong. I thought it was Sweden. It's not. It's why Finland and Denmark are happier. The Long Good Friday. All right. 1980s Dune. 4 hours. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a reason why I haven't reacted to let me write that down. The Long Good Friday. There's a reason why I haven't reacted to Lawrence of Arabia yet, and I've got it right here. And not only do I have it right here, and, in DVD form, but I've also got it. It's free on Amazon Prime. It's a 3 hour movie. Like that's a time commitment and a half. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like it's. I knew they were playing somebody, and it's crazy because I'm in a uh, Premier League fantasy league, and I actually just added Mo Salah. I took and dropped Holland because I don't know. I've got Isaac and who's my other forward. Both of them have more points scored this season than Holland, and then my middle fielders have all been pretty jam up. But I went ahead and dropped Holland, added Salah, and so I want to see how the new because hell, Salah's got 288 points as far as like the fantasy stuff is going. So it's like holy crap. I'm glad to have you. Glad to have you. I don't do the I used to do lives a lot more. I got away from doing those though. Cheers to you, Allie. I'm doing good. And I think I got away from doing lives because when I first started doing YouTube, about a year into it, I was taking and I was doing beer reviews and stuff like that. I decided I took and actually started meeting people through YouTube, uh, digitally, basically through live streams that were also part of the beer community. And I'd hop up on their live streams or do my own live streams. And we'd be live for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. And once about 2 years of that, I switched over to doing reactions. And I really stopped doing lives like that so much because I haven't. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen because of my upbringing when I was growing up. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, I've never seen Predator. I've never seen the original Terminator. Never seen Jaws. Uh, I've never seen. And my wife told me about a movie the other day, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. I have to get her to tell me again whenever she gets home. I was like, I've never seen that. I've never seen Chucky. I've never seen The Thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff I didn't watch growing up because I grew up in a very strict Christian household. We from the age of like 10 or 11, and before that, we weren't able to take and watch stuff that was considered too risque. But from like the age of 10 or 11 until I got out of the house, or about age of 17, we did the TV we had in the house was to watch Jeopardy after my stepdad got home from work. And that was only for homework was done, and we didn't have any, didn't have any lingering chores that had to be done after dinner. Jeopardy, and then after Jeopardy, he would take and watch whatever nightly news program was on, and then he would cut it off. And then we didn't watch anything whatsoever, nothing, until it come time for Alabama football season, and then we'd take and watch the games on Saturdays, uh, and it'd just be college football games, and then once the season was over with, back to Jeopardy. Just a lot of shit that I missed growing up. Same thing with music. There's a lot of music that I thought, you know, I know who the band is, like Megadeth. Everybody knows who Megadeth is. I've never really listened to it. Oh, Allie, you're fine. I just appreciate you stopping in, honey. I need to watch the original '80s Dune. I've seen which I need to watch Dune Part Two. Um, yeah, the hand egg ball is what a lot of the folks I've heard calling it. Big Trouble. Now it's crazy because I've seen Big Trouble in Little China, which is wild. Um, but it's one of those ones. It's one of those things that was constantly on like TBS growing up, and I'd be in Alabama visiting family or something like that. And I know I've watched at least once or twice, either at a grandparent's house or something like that, because they all, that was one of those movies. Every time it was on, grandpa or something like that was watching it. So I have to watch Jaws. I'll get around to it. Don't worry. But there's a lot of newer stuff I want to take and watch. Let's see. Alien number 11, first time. Wait, hold on. There we go. Love the '80s Dune costume sets. Character were more complete. Plus a Toto sound. Toto did the the soundtrack for the '80s Dune? I didn't know that. Wait, is Blake live? Did Blake go live and not say a fucking thing? That dickhead. I've taken get up with him because we got to start doing the BNA show again on his channel. So Untouchables with Sean Connery and Kevin. That's a gangster movie, if I'm not mistaken, ain't it? If I'm not mistaken, it is. I've seen that. Let me see. Like there are some movies that I've seen growing up. Yeah, yeah, that's during the Prohibition. If I'm not mistaken, he's a Prohibition officer. Buy or I don't want to buy or rent the movie. All right, hold on. Thank you, Allie. Much appreciated. I greatly appreciate that. I hope you're having a lovely day. Al Capone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, like is he not because it's what De Niro that plays as Al Capone, isn't it? And Ned's. I have not seen the original Highlander. Okay, so this is another thing I have to take and fix. I've seen Tombstone. Or actually, no, not Tombstone. I've seen. It was Wyatt Earp. That's the one that had Kevin Costner in it. I've seen that one. Tombstone. That one I haven't seen. And I think it's because I was like, well, I've already took and watched the Wyatt Earp movie with Kevin Costner. I like Costner. I think his stuff in the '90s is some of his best stuff. Wyatt Earp, Dances with Wolves, Waterworld was hated on, and I enjoyed the shit out of that movie. Um, but there's a lot of Costner movies that I've watched that I've absolutely enjoyed. Laz, what's up, homie? Yeah, the uh the Alien movie kind of surprised me to be honest with you because my last couple of movies done really hadn't done all that well. And I'll be honest with you, I've been doing this for 5 years. In my opinion, just from my reaction standpoint, just taking and watching not only the quality of the video being watched, but the quality of the reaction itself. I think my best reactions probably about the last 2 years have been by movie reactions, and I enjoy doing the movie reactions almost more than anything else outside of probably the anime at this point. Um, really, really, The Rock with Sean Connery. I'm trying to remember because that sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've seen that one. The Postman, isn't that what? Hold on, let me see. Let me see. I've seen quite a few. Kevin Costner. No, I have not seen The Postman. Okay, I thought maybe I had, but I haven't. There's one. Um, it's all good, homie. It's all good. It's funny because there's certain stuff I've been able to take and look at, as far as football is concerned, like some highlight stuff I've been able to take a look at on YouTube. I've tried looking at a video or react to a video of Salah in the past to put on YouTube, and it got blocked. And it didn't matter what edits I made to it, it got blocked. So I haven't tried anything with um, like I don't know if it's because the clips were too long or what it was, but so comes. I hate that for you. I hate that. Yeah, whew, yeah, they're killing it this season. Just looking at the standings, because last time I checked, like they were standings. top of the league. Yeah, they've got 11 more points than Arsenal in second, and they're. I think it would take some kind of massive failing for them to take and not win it at this point. And they're also killing it in the Champions League too, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, they're killing it in the Champions League as well. So they're just above Barcelona. So I've seen a couple people say that the Aliens 2 is the better of the movies in the series. And there's quite a few movies and video games for that franchise. So somebody took and commented that like there's 3 or 4 comments I got to that effect, and one of them said that like it was pig's blood that actually was thrown on them from the alien busting out of the chest. And so that's one of the reasons why the reactions were how they were, other than the fact they just weren't expecting everything. So this past weekend, I'd planned on taking and doing my first, finally recording the first travel stuff, and it's just going to be here local, but taking in the stuff I had planned. I'm not sure I'll be able to take in. I wasn't able to take and do it because the wife had work. I'm gonna try that this weekend. I'm trying to take and get as much. I'm gonna be honest with you. Last week it was cold as a witch's titty outside, which meant it was cold as a coal miner's ass here in the house. So I had all kind of heat going. We got space heaters in here, and they make too much noise for me to record. So, and I didn't do a whole lot of editing neither. I ain't even gonna lie. I kind of I kicked off a new side hustle. So I spent last week kind of getting all that kind of stuff set up, and so I'm behind on shit to be honest with y'all. Love Lord of the Rings. I love the books. I think the books are like the movies are really really good. Like they're accurate as shit to the books and in 90%, 99% of everything. But 3 movies that take up as long as those did, like I could see them once in my life and I'm good. Like it's one of the and I'm like that with a lot of movies, but that series was a trudge by the 3rd movie, to be honest with you. Last meal, shrimp and grits with fried soft shell crab, bacon, sausage, and fried egg. That'd be my last meal. That's that. I love shrimp and grits, but I think probably my favorite meal in the entire world is shrimp or grits with fried soft shell crab, bacon, sausage, and fried egg. I grew up eating that during the summertime at my grandparents' house, and down on the Gulf of Mexico, and like there's not a whole lot better you can have for food, in my opinion. It's funny. Some of my favorite movies are like I love A Streetcar Named Desire. Um, one of my favorite movies of all time, and um, probably not something you ought to be like, wait, really? Singing in the Rain. I absolutely love that movie. Um, Casablanca, I think, is just fucking. It's masterful, especially for the time period that it was shot in. Absolutely love it. Uh, was it On the Dock or see On the Waterfront? Hold on, let me see because it's a Brando movie. On the Waterfront with Marlon Brand. Like those are some of the best movies ever. It's ground up hominy corn is what it is. It's ground up hominy corn, and I guess it'd be kind of similar to porridge, but and see, Beaky with these blocks on stuff like Ted Lasso and because they're only 30 minutes, so it's not that it takes so long to get them edited as much as just it's tedious, grindy fucking work. It's one of the reasons why I don't have the Spaceballs up yet. Is because it takes a long time to do it. Um, and I've got my mind wanders as I'm taking and doing stuff, so I'll bring up a YouTube video for like I'm gonna take a break, watch a YouTube video, and one YouTube video turns into 3 hours worth of YouTube videos. So bottomless buffet, eat for the rest. You're talking about the Japanese movie, right? So I've seen the Americanized version of The Ring. I haven't watched the original. One of the other movies I do plan on taking a reaction to is the original Nosferatu, and I plan on reacting to Seven Samurais, which is um, what was it? The Magnificent Seven is based off of. And I haven't reacted to any Alf Garrett or Garnet. No, I have not. That is on the list as well. May the Schwartz be with you. Yes. Yeah, I took it was I've been I was editing on that, and I was like, I need to take a record. Um, it might be later. It's gonna be later this afternoon, later than normal time slot when the reaction to Spaceballs is finally put up. But that movie is absolutely hysterical. Oh my god, it has, it has. Yeah, on my EB Reacts channel, I've got metal. I've got reactions to metal over there. So, and that's the other. All right, so full transparency, like I'm gonna be moving Lasso and Mister In Between over to Rumble. Like it'll be easier. I won't have anything over there this week. My Patreon will have the next 5 episodes before episode 2 is put up on Rumble, and before season 2, episode 1 of Mister In Between. And I'm only going to do 1 episode a week of each because I'm not going to take and fuck over my Patreon folks. They pay for the other. They pay for the all access and stuff. So I'm gonna take and keep that for them. They'll have the early access like that. It's 1 episode of each week. Um, and but I'm gonna put those two over there, and this channel is gonna go to 2 movies and Vikings. And like I've got 2 or 3 spots I want to take and pull out clips of um, Spaceballs, and y'all might actually just get a clip today before you take and get like the full movie tomorrow, just because I want to see how that would take and go. I've got numerous channels. I've got this channel. I've got more eclectic beard reactions where I'm reacting to last 2 movies have been based around the Danish and or based around the Netherlands, and they're number one the seawall that saved a nation, and also why they wait less at traffic lights. Um, I've got some history stuff, and I've got some comedy stuff I'm gonna put up over there, British, and I'm gonna be looking at like the French um, national anthem and some other stuff over there as well. More Collected Beard reactions. You got Collected Beard's anime journey, and I've got to be record. I'm gonna be recording for that probably this weekend. But I'm doing the simulcast stuff for the simulcast show of Solo Leveling. I'll finally have the new episode up for it because I wasn't even able to take a record for that until shit Night before last. I just haven't been able to take and edit it yet. Like I've had some shit going on in the background. I just haven't been able to take and get to stuff like I've wanted to in the last week. So, um, man, what the heck? So yeah, yeah, he was also in yeah, he was in the Spaceballs movie too, if I'm not mistaken, because he's the one at the radar talking about it doesn't make this sound and this sound. And I was like, oh my god. Cheers to you. Mel, he really like comedic as far as comedies are concerned. Like you can't get much better than Mel Brooks movies. My one of my favorite movies of all time is Blazing Saddles. It's absolutely just hysterical. Young Young Frankenstein, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the originals, the Swedish version of those movies blow the fucking Daniel Craig movies out the fucking water. Hands and the books were fucking amazing. Oh my god. I read through those shits in like 2 sentences each. Like I picked it up one day, read through half the book. The next day, I read through the other half the book. Pink Fairies and Evil Blizzard. I'll put them on the list. So let me see here. Oh, hold on. Pink Fairies. Bring them up. Evil. What the? Okay, I'm on Evil Blizzard's channel. What the hell is that? And I'll be honest with you, I can kind of see why nobody's reacting to them all that much. They're not that big, at least not as far as the YouTube following is concerned. Like 3.8K views on one video last year, 4.8 on another, 1.4 on another. So, but it seems like they've been at it for a while. 73K views from 9 years ago, 18K views from 9 years ago. Like that's gonna be that's got to be deep cut. Oh, cool. I have not watched airplane movies. I actually have taken get that. Yeah, that I haven't watched the Daniel Craig movies of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I think I watched. I think they only did one, right? Because the only one I've seen was. I say that I watched the one with Daniel Craig. I wasn't impressed. The Swedish version of those movies based off the books, hands down, 10 times better than the of than the English version, hands down. Yes, yes, it's on the EB Reacts channel. Which here, let me do this. There you go. Seen them live on Sunday. Oh, another movie that I will be reacting to shortly is one that a buddy of mine sent. Uh, The Commitments. He's like, you've got to see it. So there's a movie I watched with it. There's an actor that's over here, Goran Visnik. If I'm not mistaken, he was in He was in a movie based out of there, if I'm not mistaken, in Sweden. That was fan freaking tastic, in my opinion. Like it was crazy, but it was good. I'm trying to remember because it was like it's an older movie. Close your eyes. Well, if not mistaken, that was a movie based out of. Let's see, when did that release? Okay, well no, it's a British thriller. Never mind. But it was really freaking good. Overreacting. Yeah, that's what my buddy David was telling me that he was only 16 at the time of it. He said the movie itself was like spawned a bunch of good music and everything else like that. So, and why does that movie sound familiar? Angela's Ashes. So that's definitely gonna be on the list. That's another movie I'll be reacting to here soon is The Pianist. That's also on the list to be reacted to, and I got there's some newer movies I want to take and see too. Like The Brutalist looks interesting. Like I said, at some point in time here in the next week or so, y'all will take and get a reaction to the new Gladiator movie. I've watched the original. I love the original. Um, I've seen mixed reviews on the second movie. It's hard to take and beat the original, right? It'd be hard to take and beat the original. So I think maybe people went into it with some over high expectations or something. I don't know if that's the case, but uh, that's on the list in the next week or so. The Commitments, Aliens, which it'll be Spaceballs, then Aliens, then probably I'll probably do the Commitments and then have Gladiator 2 up. So mid, you're one of the only people I've seen take and say that it's mid. That's a lot. It's one of the higher rated ones, based around World War II, if I'm not mistaken. Like so, that's interesting. I don't know why I've got my headset on. I ain't recording that right now. The Mission. No, I have not. Just not your kind of movie. I got. Hey, that's fair enough, man. Fair enough. Um, but yeah, one of the things I do plan on going heavy on as far as movies are concerned, like I do want to take a look at some drama, some historical stuff, but sci-fi stuff and horror. I was never big into horror stuff growing up. Like I just, and it's because of the way I was raised. Oh yeah, it'll take and attach a demon to you if you take and watch that kind of stuff and blah blah blah. And so I was never big into watching stuff like that. Not to mention the fact just we weren't allowed to. So that's one of the other things that I'm gonna be. Those two I'll probably be going pretty heavy into because I love sci-fi. I love fantasy. Like one of my favorite things to do is if I have time, and it's been years since I've actually had the time to do it. Is like in my opinion, it's about the closest you're going to take and get. Is take and do stuff like role play, whether it be D&D or GURPS or um, there's so many like uh, cyberpunk or um, oh, what was the other one that I played? The Rift. Rift. Have not seen Get Carter. Have not seen Get Carter. They remade it with Stallone, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they? Or something like that in the 90s. Okay, so I reacted to the first 2 episodes of season 7. I went to go react to the 3rd episode and got 10 minutes in and said, "Fuck this." Like it was such the acting was so stiff. The jokes were so telegraphed, in my opinion, and the chemistry was just gone. For me, it felt like I was doing a disservice even watching it. Bad with war movies, very few you like. 1917. That's one I actually need to take and react to. Um, for me, it depends. It depends on the subject matter. Like some movies are good. Some of them they it's like they glamorize war instead of taking just telling the story of what happened in the war. Um, Bullet. You talking about the movie Bullet? The one with Steve McQueen? Have not seen that one. And I like Damon Wayans. I think he's he does good comedy, but his the some the it was I thought it was Keenan Ivory Wayans that did that movie with him. But like he's such an underrated actor. Battle of Britain. Yeah, that's on the list at some point in time to get around to as well. Like I've got a pretty extensive list of movies to get through, to be honest with you. Um, so I'm trying to take it. I'm gonna try to work things where on this channel there's 2 movies a week, Vikings, and maybe a clip or two from the movies before you actually see the movie to give you kind of as like a teaser bit. Um, 3 to 4 reactions on the More Eclectic Beard Reactions channel, 3 or 4 music reactions on the EB Reacts channel, and then Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the anime channel, and then Sunday take and do solo leveling, the simulcast. So that way, I'm gonna be honest with you, taking and moving, not having to take and fight blocks for Lasso and Mr. In Between going forward will be nice. Being able to take and just upload the full episodes to Rumble, not have to worry about shit. Like whoever wants to support, they can join Patreon for early access and all the other shit that's over there. Cool beans. Whoever just wants to see the fucking shows, cool fucking beans. It'll be there. It's a lot easier than having to take in every 5 seconds with those 2 things. So everything I haven't had problems with blocks. Taking a paring it down like this, that's a lot less editing. It's a lot less recording. And I'll be able to on weekends when I'm about twice a month take and go. Because this weekend I plan on going to Charleston. Not next weekend, but the weekend after I plan on going to Myrtle Beach. Unless I've got enough money, then I'm gonna try to take and hit up either Atlanta or Nashville, and take and do the travel type stuff. In addition to that, I've started a side hustle or a side business that I'm gonna try to take and scale to be successful as possible with selling sports cards, specifically American football, but sports cards. So um, I'm trying not to overwhelm myself. So cheers to you. Ice cold, ice cold, and Alex. 58. Oh, that's an old one. Okay. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna tell you right now that song is. I've heard Paulo Nutini before, but it was New Shoes. That's like the only song I've heard over here from him was New Shoes. Hey, I got my new shoes on. Like, I love that fucking song. The whole vibe of it and everything. I I love the stuff that's a little bit offbeat. And I say offbeat, I'm talking about like that over here is not something that you would normally get radio play. I love stuff like that. You can ask my wife, like some of my favorite music is like Dean Martin and stuff like that. But one of my favorite songs by Dean Martin is from the movie At War with the Army, Tonda Hoy. Um, but I love stuff like that. The stuff that's a little bit off kilter, a little bit different, a little bit quirky. I love stuff like that. Or if it's got a nice funk to it, what? Bro, I love me some funky music. So, Carl Urban. Oh, what's he play? That's that's the one that takes him. Yeah, he's the one that plays in The Boys. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, I need to take and I think I watched like the first 3 episodes of that. I haven't watched no more than the first 3 episodes, and I think it's because I'm such a big fan of the graphic novels. Like, such a big fan of the graphic novels. It almost felt wrong watching a live action version of it because those graphic novels are so fucking gory. It's not funny. So, but I haven't watched. I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched either of the Judge Dreads. So, yeah, Hacksaw Ridge was fan freaking tastic. Just, and I think Andrew Garfield, which I think he's one of the more underrated actors of this generation. I really do. I don't think he gets enough due. Um, which there's a new movie he did not too long ago with Florence Pugh. Florence, I don't know how to say her last name. That's on the list of stuff to be reacted to as well. Um, so, but his portrayal in that was absolutely fantastic, especially that Southern accent, the Appalachian accent that you get around that area of like West Virginia and North Carolina and that region right there. Fan freaking tastic. So never watched the original Pelham 123. Blade Runner. I like the new one that they did, but the original is fantastic as well. Now, one of the movies I do need to take and watch that I haven't watched, if I'm not mistaken, it's also sci-fi, is The Running Man. Yeah, that's a movie with Schwarzenegger. I need to take and watch that. So that's on the list of stuff to be reacted to as well. Cheers to you. Human Traffic. Is that a movie? Oh, hmm. I have to take a look at that then. 1999. I've never seen that. All right, so here in a minute, more of a comedy. Which the movies I've seen with Arnold Schwarzenegger is like True Lies and like Kindergarten Cop, because it was one of the more non-risque movies he did. So that's I've seen those two. I've seen a few of his movies, like Jingle All the Way, I think it was. I need to take and make my way through the Are You Being Served box set. I've got that as well. Actually, like True Lies. Yeah, it was a good movie. I like yeah, I agree. Total Recall was awesome. I like that. Now, I don't know if it's I might have taken Watch Running Man, but, like, Total Recall was really good. I enjoyed that. Which is funny, one of the better sci-fis I've seen damn, it doesn't feel like it's been this long ago, but it was about a little over a decade ago. It had, Gerard Butler, Gamer. Fan freaking tastic movie. Same thing with, oh, what's that kid's name? He's been in a couple things. I can't remember what his name is, but Ready Player One was really freaking good. Alita: Battle Angels, another movie I plan on reacting to. Um, I've never watched V for Vendetta. That's another movie I plan on reacting to. And I don't know how I've never watched V for Vendetta. Seeing as that's something that would be right up my alley, but also so is kind of what's that movie or what's the series that's got Rami Malek? Oh man, Mr. Robot, I believe is the name of it. But Black Mirror, I think that's probably the series that I'll wind up doing after Vikings. All the Vikings stuff is Black Mirror. Like I've got a list of stuff that I want to take and go through for sure, as far as TV shows and movies are concerned. But A for Andromeda. Wait, they did another Total Recall? Oh wow, I'll have to watch both of them then. Second one's got Colin Farrell. I think Colin Farrell, he's also one of the more underrated actors. Like he's such a good actor and so much stuff that he's in. The uh the Banshees of oh man, that one that him and Gleason did. Banshees of Inisherin was such a good fucking movie. Like that movie was fantastic. And Barry, what's that kid's name? Barry, I don't know how Keoghan? 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 Like fan freaking tastic. Um, and the fact that it's set on such a small little island and the havoc that it causes amongst that community and the lengths at which they both kind of drive each other to. Fantastic, fantastic study at human, microcosm of human psychology and what happens when the bonds of friendship are broken. Such a good movie. Blake, what's up, homie? We need to take and start doing the BNA show, homie. Like we could take and even do it on your channel here in a couple hours or something if you want to. Like, or we could do it tomorrow, or we could start it next week. But we need to get back doing a BNA show for folks. I miss that shit. Miss hanging out with you every week. That's the show I'm probably gonna watch on my own. Just like later this evening, I'm gonna start watching season 3 of Reacher. Which I have to say, a lot of folks hate on Tom Cruise for the Reacher movie that he did. I think he was miscast as Reacher, but I think his overall portrayal as Reacher, fantastic. Phone booth, yeah, it's one of those movies where it takes the phone like the cinematic booth mindset of like a cramped space and containing the story within basically a singular thing almost is like that was that was fantastic. At some point in time, the field. I have to write that one down too. All right, so I'm going ahead and I think I'm about to take and shut this down because I've got to start recording. Um, Either I need to take and record, or I need to go on ahead and just edit so I can get shit up, and then that way I'm cleared for tomorrow to fully start recording more stuff like aliens and Vikings and other shit. Because I'm over halfway through editing Spaceballs. So, um, but yeah, I appreciate y'all stopping in and listening to me just ramble on and chit chat and talking back and forth. Um, yeah. So yeah, y'all all have a lovely one. Y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.